Hello and welcome to the webinar this evening. I'm so excited to have you all here. It's absolutely fantastic. We've got people mainly here from Australia. We've got one person from the Philippines and we've got a couple of Kiwis on board this evening. Nice full house, really, really great. So here's the thing, guys, is I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon, just for anyone who doesn't know who I am, and I'm going to be basically talking tonight or showing you guys tonight the very latest marketing technique that is light years ahead of any other marketing strategy that I've been trying lately. So welcome, welcome. I've been doing it in my own business and also that of my clients. And here are some of the results. It just astounds me. We've had opt-in rates for free offers have more than doubled. Conversion rates for sales have increased anywhere from 10 to 15 times. And you know what? We've even put the price up and they've increased as well. And marketing costs have dropped to less than half, and in some cases we've had them drop to over 90%. A whole heap of people, a whole heap of my clients and people I've been working with are absolutely raving about this, okay? And the really great news is it's quite simple to implement once you understand the system, which is what I'm going to show you over the next 60 minutes, okay? So I'd just like to start off with a poll just to see where everyone's at. So what I would love to know, there's a little control panel over to your right. Some of you guys have been typing in there anyway, so you know exactly where it is. But here's the deal. I want to know who has done remarketing before, okay? So if you've never done it before, go into the chat box to the right of your screen and enter never. If you've done a little bit, spent less than 1,000, then enter in under 1,000. And if you fall into what I class as category 3, you've done a whole heap, spent more than $1,000, enter over 1,000. So go ahead and pop your answers in the chat box to the right and let us take a look. Never, 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 never. Oh, we've got someone who's not sure what it is. Oh, fantastic. Never, never. And over 1,000 and under 1,000. Never, never. Oh, okay. So we've got a whole heap of nevers here and a couple of overs and unders. Okay, so really it looks like we've got mostly newbies. Well, whether a newbie or whether you've been doing this for some time, you're in for an absolute treat. If you've never heard about it before, then you're in for a double absolute treat. It's going to blow your mind, okay? Now, but here's the deal, guys, is that I have got 60 minutes. I have got a whole wealth of knowledge. I'm going to show you this latest marketing technique. You're going to be totally blown away, okay? You're going to be that blown away that you're going to go, Kerry, how the hell am I going to find out more information about this, right? Now, I'm not going to sell you anything on this webinar tonight. I'm going to give you a whole heap of information in the 1 hour that we've got, okay? So scribble down notes. I will send you a recording. Doesn't mean you should pop off now because take off on the webinar now because the questions at the end are usually really, really exciting. I will be taking them at the end. But here's the deal. I'm going to give you something for free. Okay, because we've only got 60 minutes, you're going to go, I need more, Kerry. I'm going to give you tickets, exclusive tickets to my workshop. I'm holding a 3-day workshop here on the Gold Coast. For you guys in New Zealand, it gives you enough time to travel over. I suggest you do. For you guys in Australia, book your tickets to the Gold Coast. It's on the 9th to the 12th of October. And in fact, if anyone has to take off early, I'm going to put the link in the chat box here. Go on and register yourself because you're seriously going to want to. Whoa, let's get the link first and then let's get started, okay? It's not a sell fest at all. I'm going to give you a whole heap of information. I just happen to know you're going to want to know more, okay? There, done. So it's in the chat box to the right and let's get ready to rock and roll. Okay, so let's have a look at exactly what we'll be covering over the next 60 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can use what we call Facebook remarketing. For you guys that don't know what it is, I'm going to show you exactly what it is to dramatically increase your sales while reducing your marketing costs to just a few cents per lead. Firstly, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different ways you can use it in your online business, but I'm also going to show you how you can integrate it into what you are doing right now as well, okay? And how to stop wasting money on website visitors who leave without buying, never to be seen again. So even if you have a 10% conversion rate right now on your website, that means that 90% are wasted. I'm going to show you how you can get back in front of that 90% and convert, okay? So, and with that, how to increase your conversion rates by over 10 times or more without spending an extra cent. You see, the thing is you've done all the hard work in the first place. I'm going to show you how to capitalize on that as well. And step by step, how to implement Facebook remarketing in your business. I know you are going to be so keen by the end of this, and I'm going to show you how to get exactly the same results that I have, not only for me, but that of my clients. Every day I have clients contacting me, telling me that I am their most wonderful person in the world right now. It's so exciting. I get pins and needle goosebumps as well, because they're getting huge results, okay? I'm just so excited by this. But well, actually, I was going to say, remind me to tell you about the special free gift I have for you at the end of the webinar. But guess what? I've already given it to you. Okay, so I will have to. I'll give you the link at the end anyway, because if you haven't gone on and registered now because you're too busy listening to this, you will definitely want to in the end. Okay, so before we fully get underway, if you haven't heard of me before, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. You see, it's my job to make you more money, okay? What I'm best known for is I work with businesses all over the world. I help them with implementing the latest Facebook marketing strategies. What I'm about to show you is so new. I don't know a whole heap of other people doing it, and most people are doing normal Facebook advertising, and that is so last week, okay? My main focus is on using Facebook to make money, not just to make friends. I know it's all about social media, but if you are not making money from it, then you're getting that warm, fluffy feeling, and that's not going to help you grow the business. Warm, fluffy feelings are fantastic, but they're not going to grow your business. So you can have both at the same time, okay? I've trained as a journalist and worked in print, radio, and TV for over 10 years. I have a really good, strong communication background and marketing background. And that's what's really helped me to be able to dig out the information before most other people hear about these sorts of things. So what I'm showing you, I've been doing for well over a year. Some people are just starting it this year. In fact, I went to San Diego end of March, beginning of April, end of March, to the largest world social media conference. All the social media experts were there, and not many of them had actually heard of Facebook remarketing, okay? And I was like, what? I've been doing this for a while, okay? And they were talking about it there. So super exciting stuff. I've studied, I've implemented, and I've coached others in social media marketing over the last 7 years. I'm also, just to let you know, I haven't put on the slides here, I also speak to a Facebook consultant pretty much every week. So I have direct contact with an actual person in Facebook. I absolutely drill them about what's happening inside Facebook. So what I'm telling you tonight, is also straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And yes, for you guys that think, is there actually a real person in Facebook? Yes, there is. I've spoken to someone, in fact, from New Zealand. And I specialize, but I guess probably most importantly, I do specialize in helping people build reliable, sustainable, scalable income streams from social media, okay? So if you are serious and you want a long-term business, if that's something you really want to do, then you are going to love this. Now, in terms of reliable, sustainable businesses, here's one I built or prepared earlier. So this is my Run Marathon Training Facebook page that I started off a couple of years ago as a passion project. Sort of a passion project, but I also did a 30-day video training on how people could start up a Facebook page and make money from it in the first month without really having a website, okay? Wouldn't suggest that now, not having a website, but a couple of years ago, you could get away with it well and truly. So I built up this Facebook page, and I videotaped it, and I videoed it, and that was a course that a whole hundreds and hundreds of people have gone through over 30 days, and here's the results of that. Actually, I now own my own sportswear range. It's called Marathon Girl. This little site, well, actually, I should change this slide. This site was making me $4,000 a month. Okay, in the first month, I made a few hundred, and then it built up to make around about $4,000 a month as my little hobby. And then when I kicked off my sportswear range, and that I make anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000 a month right now. And the only thing that's stopping me from making even more is the ability to actually find really good suppliers who can keep up with my sales. Okay. The other cool thing about this, guys, is I sold my Marathon Girl that I sold t-shirts initially. I've gone on to singlets, and I'm going on to people are asking for hoodies and hats and things, but I sold these before I even paid for them. Okay, and some of the stuff I'm going to show you here today about building up that fan base, getting them to absolutely love and trust you, and then then you're able to do things like that. So these were all sold and paid for before I even had to pay for them myself. Okay, and the cool thing is that this actually runs on less than an hour a week. Most people assume social media takes hours. So imagine if you actually had a few small businesses running like this. How much of a difference would that make in your life? I want to see a raise of hands who would love to have a few small businesses running like this. Yeah, we've got a couple of people there. Good on you. Yep, awesome, great. So you're in for a treat. So just another case study of one of my clients. So Andrew and Daryl Grant, they are colleagues and clients of mine, and they regularly run events throughout Australia, and I help fill their events. So in their last event, which was only just at the end of June, from the Facebook advertising that we did and the remarketing that we did, they made an extra $206,000, and that was just from people as a direct result of the Facebook marketing that I helped them with. Okay, and then we've got Fruity. Now, Fruity is a juicer and blender company, so they sell juicers and blenders online, so an e-commerce type of store. And I stepped in to do remarketing for them, set up their Facebook remarketing in around about, I think it was October last year. And so what they have made from Facebook remarketing is over $33,000 a month. I bet you guys are going, the ones that don't know, what is this remarketing? Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at it. We know it's exciting, but let's go into details, especially for you guys who really haven't used it before. Now, I'm just going to do a very quick overview, and then we'll get into the details. But here's my definition, okay? It's amazing how many people now tag me and go, I'm stalking people too, Kerry, and I also get stalked. But remarketing is stalking people who have taken a particular action and getting them to take the next action in the sales sequence by showing them highly targeted ads. So, for example, it would be just like someone's come into your store, or let's use an online example. So let's just say you have a lead page or an opt-in page where people can put their name and email address for a free report, okay? Let's just say they come to that page and they don't enter their name and email. So they go back off without taking action. You can actually stalk them around Facebook and show them specific ads. And that might say something like, thank you for coming to my page. I see you're interested in my reports, but you didn't end up downloading it. I know you're going to love it. Benefit, benefit, benefit. And then gets them to take action. Now, the exciting thing is that even with a really small ad budget, your potential customers can see you everywhere they go. It really gives you the impression your business, or gives them the impression that your business is much, much bigger. And it keeps you front of mind, so they're far more likely to buy from you again. You're everywhere, okay? And it's a lot broader than what we are actually talking about. And you know what? You've probably experienced it for yourself. It doesn't just happen on Facebook. It happens on a whole heap of different platforms, okay? And if you have been experienced, you might have experienced it with the likes of there's Agoda. So if you ever gone to book a holiday, then the likes of Agoda site stalks you around. There's one around that's lose belly fat as well. That's all over the internet. And even even my client Fruithy has been stalking me around as well. Okay, there's lots of big websites that host remarketing. But the thing is, it can get really, really complicated. So today, we are just going to focus on what I call the easiest, most powerful type of remarketing, and that is Facebook. Okay, so Facebook remarketing is stalking people who have taken a particular action, whether that be on or off Facebook, and showing them highly targeted ads when they get back onto Facebook. Okay. The really cool thing about this is that they can come to your website from anywhere. They don't have to come from Facebook. They don't even need to be logged into Facebook. If they have a Facebook account, you can tag them when they come to your website. When they log back onto Facebook, you can show them highly targeted ads. How cool is that? So, why Facebook remarketing and what's so great about it compared to other Facebook systems? Well, it's way more powerful. You see, your message is really highly targeted. Okay, it's like you're talking to clients one on one. It's like someone's come into if you've got a store and they have come in and they've picked up a certain item. So they might have picked up a blue pair of high heels with silver heel on them. I love shoes, by the way. And you can come up to them as a sales rep and talk to them about those shoes that they've picked up and go, you know what? Listen, hey, if you like them, then you might like, voila, right? This bright red pair of high heels with the silver heel on them. Okay, yes, I do. I like both of them. So you can do really, really highly targeted messages because you know exactly what action or inaction that they have taken on your website. You can tell exactly what page they've landed on. You can tell exactly what they have looked at as well. Okay. Now, it's cheap. You can have multiple targeted contacts for just a few cents. Okay. And it's also really, really trusted. So we know that 92% of people trust social media compared to around about 40 to 50% in other media. Like news breaks on social media. Facebook and Twitter are the first places that will break the news pretty much. People turn to those channels to get their daily dose of news and recommendations from peers and things. But most importantly, it's the only remarketing platform that works on mobile devices. Now, we know a large percentage of people, in fact, in some industries, it's 90% of people. In fact, in some, it's even more access, 99% I've seen. The thing is I manage that many ad accounts. I can get to see in the back end of ad accounts. In the back end of Facebook, you can get so many stats and information on your exact client, okay? And one of the things, the stats that it shows you is exactly how people are accessing Facebook. I have seen some where it's 99% are accessing it fully by their mobile phone. So it is really important to have your website, on a side note, mobile optimized so you don't get any leakage there, okay? So let me just reinforce it here. Facebook remarketing is much more effective than straight Facebook advertising, which is what I class as where you target interests, where you target demographics, where you target behavior type of targeting or location type targeting as well. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and place to do this type of targeting, but it's not as effective. It certainly is the way that most people are doing it, but it's more expensive, less effective. So normal Facebook advertising these days can be hard work, it can be expensive, and I would say that going from normal Facebook advertising to Facebook remarketing is like going from a bicycle to a sports car. Standalone ads are not as or standard ads are not as effective. People are getting banner blindness. The great thing about remarketing is you can have different messages tailored on the different actions they take on your website. It's much more targeted and relevant, and it really does put you out on top. So let's have a look at some practical ways that you can use Facebook remarketing in your business. There is a few, but we're just going to cover 3 today so that you can implement Facebook remarketing in your business straight after this webinar. But before we go into it, if you haven't done Facebook remarketing before, it can get really, really complicated, okay? Don't stress. I'm going to go through this pretty fast. Don't need to scribble down the notes or anything. I am recording it, and at the end or tomorrow I'll have the link up for the replay, which I'll send out to all of you guys. Okay, so don't worry if you're not understanding it. I'll send you the replay and you can watch it again. Plus, you can come along to my three days of immersion into this as well, which would be really, really cool. If at the end of this if you don't want to wait till October, just leave your name and your contact in the chat box, and I'll give you a call tomorrow. Okay, so if you still want to come to the workshop but you want action straight away, just leave your name and email address in the chat box. I'll give you a call tomorrow, see where you're at, and see what you need to help you along the way. Okay, right, so let's start with strategy 1. Let's just say you're selling a one-off information type of product. Okay, listen, this works pretty much the same if you're selling a one-off product, whether it be information or not, but let's just use the example of an information product. So this might be an ebook, it might be an audio, it might be some type of manual. Okay, now I'm just going to have to take a sip of water. Sorry guys. Okay, here is what you're currently probably doing. You get visitors or loads of visitors to your website from lots of different sources, and it might be from Google, you might have JV partners, so joint venture partners, it might be from some other form of pay-per-click advertising, it might be through email marketing, there's banner ads, there's hundreds of different ways that you can drive people to your website, okay? But we know with a one-off information product that 1 to 2% of people will buy the information product that's under $100 usually cold off the page. Now, on the first visit to the site, it's still pretty profitable, right? But what about the other 98 to 99%? They're gone forever unless you remarket to them. It's just like they've come into your store and walked away without buying. So here's how we do the remarketing. Here are the steps, okay? So first of all, you put a tiny piece of tracking code. It's called a pixel, okay? And you put it on your website, in this instance on your sales page, okay? Now, if your person is logged into Facebook, it'll immediately tag them with a unique code. If they're not, it still will tag them, but if they leave without buying, they go back to Facebook, then it shows them an ad you've created. And it might say something like, "Hi, it's Kerry here. I noticed you came to my website about marathon running and had a look at the ebook, but for whatever reason, you chose not to get it. So let me tell you a bit more about the book because I know you're going to love it. Benefit, benefit, benefit. Here's the link again." That's the basic process, okay? But there is a more advanced strategy as well. It really does get a whole heap better. Now, let's just say some visitors click on your buy now button before they leave, okay? Now, there's a whole heap of reasons why they might jump off. The baby might cry, the house might be burning down, someone's called or whatever else, okay? In fact, the stats are 67% of people abandon shopping cart. That's what we call it when they click the checkout button and they add to cart or whatever it might be, and then they don't go through the process. 67%, okay? So let's just say you have 100 people to your website, or 100 people. 67 of those people will leave during the checkout process. Let's just say you were making $15,000 a month in sales. Imagine if you just turned around about 25%, and I've seen this happen, okay? You'd make an extra $45,000 a year, which is really cool with not really that much extra work, okay? So let's just say some start filling out the order form, but for some reason they stop. So you put a pixel on your order form and you can serve them up a different Facebook ad. It might say, "Hey, noticed you were going to buy XYZ, life got in the way, here's your chance again." And you might give them an incentive, okay? The first time around, for the first 7 days, you might not, and then after that, you might give them the incentive and discount. Who knows? But the thing is that you can do that type of thing. So let's not forget about your buyers as well. Now, you might say, well, why the hell do we want to target the buyers? They've bought. There are plenty of reasons, okay? But let's show you how you can do it first of all. You put a pixel on your download page. So this is after they've paid the money, okay? Now you can show targeted ads to people who've bought your product. Now it might be for upsells or for cross-sells, or it also helps reduce refunding as well, okay? So people come into your store, buy a book on, let's just say marathon running, leaves, goes back to Facebook. While they're still hot, let's upsell them. It might be a training program, okay? Or it might be a membership site, a continuity type of program. All of a sudden, you're not just selling a one-off information product, you're selling a continuity program or one or two information products, okay? And so that's pretty much it for selling a simple one-off information product. Now let's look at now let's look at other ways, a couple of other ways that you can use Facebook remarketing in your business. Now we're going to look at two more strategies, and the first is increasing your opt-in rate, okay? So let's say that you're driving traffic to an opt-in page to build an email list. Now we all know the importance and value of having a list. Statistically, every extra name and email address on your list is worth $1 to $2 per name per month. So it is vital you should be building a list. So this is an important strategy. They get a free report or a webinar or a live event or a mini course or whatever it is, okay? High perceived value, low cost of delivery. We know that on average, 10 to 30% of people will give you their name and email in return for your free gift. That's standard. If you're getting 2 to 5%, you might need to work on that. But best practice is 25 to 35%. But what about the other 70 to 90%? Again, they're gone forever unless you remarket to them. So let's look at the process on how to do this first. You put a pixel on your opt-in page. Now this pixel, don't panic, is generated by Facebook. You don't have to know any coding. Facebook generates it for you, okay? If they leave without opting in, they'll see a Facebook ad with a link back to the opt-in page. Now, the script might say, hey, you came to my marathon training guide, you didn't opt in, here's why you should, benefit, 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 gets them to opt in, okay? This takes your opt-in rate up and over 60%. So you normally get, 10% at lowest for the opt-in. With remarketing, 60%. Normal way, 10, Facebook remarketing, 60. So we know each person on the list is worth $1 to $2 per month. Then you have increased this 6 times. So 1,000 on the list, 1 to 2,000. Then we introduce a strategy. With this strategy, $6,000 to $12,000. Okay, how again would that make a difference? It really does take a nice little hobby business, like a nice little run marathon training business, into a legit business, and that's the power of remarketing. So I want to go through the strategy that I use to get you guys onto this webinar, okay? This is an advanced strategy for webinars. So the thing is that there's a lot of people holding online training, holding webinars. I get invited to one, 2, 3 a day. You just got to do something a little bit different and stand out. So you can show different ads depending on the actions that they take. So let's just say you register, which you guys did. Show ads about why you should attend. So many of you guys would have seen a video about, hey, listen guys, just a reminder, it's on tonight and here's why you need to attend live. If they register but don't attend, show ads about watching the replay. So all the people that didn't attend tonight will see ads about, hey, listen, see, life got in the way. Here's a link to the replay, okay? If they attend but don't buy, show ads about the offer, okay? So here's the example that I used for this webinar, okay? So you would have seen this ad, all of you would have seen it, and this is the ad that invited you to the webinar link, webinar and link to the registration page, okay? Here's another version, a video version that actually gets around about a 30 to 50% conversion rate now. It used to be just for branding. It still does not work as well as this ad, but still really, really good, okay? So if you do get a chance to do video, it's a little bit more advanced, but well worth doing, okay? And this video is, hi, it's Kerry Fitzgibbon here, and you're seeing this video because you registered for my Facebook. Oops, was that the one? Yes. No, it's not. This is my registration video. In fact, I don't know whether I've got the script for that, but I'll show you another one. This is the one that I'm talking about. So this is the video that you guys probably would have had when you registered. It's my to get you to come along. Hi, it's Kerry Fitzgibbon here, or some derivative of this, because I've done a couple. You're seeing this video because you registered for my Facebook ad remarketing webinar, and I'm now remarketing to you. So if you really want to find out how you can do this, make sure you attend the webinar live so you can get all the information firsthand and you can ask questions afterwards. So I really look forward to having you on my webinar. Congratulations for actually registering. Now it's time to turn up. So I look forward to seeing you there, okay? And that's just an example of it on the right-hand side. And this is the one, or some derivative of this again, for people that came to the registration page, didn't register the first time around, and there'll be some of you guys on the call here tonight. This will apply to. You would have seen this. Some of you guys registered straight away, but this is my didn't register script. Hi, it's Kerry Fitzgibbon here. And the reason why you're seeing this video is you came to my webinar registration page for my Facebook ad remarketing webinar and you didn't register. So I'm thinking one of several reasons, okay? Either it's not at the right time for you, but that's okay. Register for the webinar and I'll send you a replay of it. Or two, you actually know a lot more about Facebook remarketing and just wanted to check out my registration page. That's all cool. You still might learn a thing or two if you come along to my webinar. Or three, perhaps you just don't like me. Either way, if you come along to my webinar, you'll learn how to do this and actually target and retarget those people that came to your page and then didn't take action or give you their details. Then you'd better come along to my Facebook remarketing webinar where I show you exactly how to do this. I look forward to seeing you there, okay? And this is really cool. This is the one that invites them via on mobile device. This is what it looks like on mobile device, and we've got video and we've got retargeting on the mobile device as well, okay? So using this really cool, clever system, webinar registrations were over 66%, okay? And the cost per registration, so we've dropped by 31.5%, okay? So registrations, conversion on registrations was over 66%. None of this 10 to 30 anymore, okay? And the ad conversion rate dropped. So the amount of money it cost me to get someone to register dropped by 31.5%. It's really exciting, and I'm seeing this over and over again with my clients. So that is two of our three strategies. So the third strategy is upselling after what we call a tripwire offer, okay? If you're not sure what a tripwire is, it's a low priced item, high value, but sold for under $10, generally $1 to $7, all right? It gets your potential customer to make a purchase from you. It's low risk, and we know statistically if they buy once, then they're more than likely buy again. So let's say you're driving traffic to tripwire offer, your low price $1 to $7 information product, okay? Now we know that on average 5% of people will buy your tripwire if it offers outstanding value. But what about the other 95%? Again, they're gone forever unless you remarket to them. So here are the steps. You put a pixel on your tripwire offer page, okay? If they leave without buying, they'll see a Facebook ad with a link back to the offer page. If they buy without taking the upsell after that, they'll see a different ad linking back to the sales page for an upsell. Are you starting to see how targeted this can actually be? Let's see a little raise of hands here. Yes, I can see. I believe if some of you guys could nod, you'd be nodding right now. Awesome. Okay. Are you getting excited yet? Yes. So you should be. You should be thinking to yourself, if I'm not using Facebook remarketing, then I'm leaving so much money on the table. With Facebook remarketing, you can continue to market to your website visitors for as long as you want. You know you have them essentially captured. You know what they like, what actions they've taken. Without remarketing, you're losing sales, and many more people will buy from seeing your offer just one more time. Okay, so let's take a look through what you need to do to implement Facebook remarketing. I have put together a strategy. It's 7 steps to implementing Facebook remarketing in your business, and this time and time again, the 7 steps work in this order. Okay, now this might seem scary at first, but don't worry, like I said, I can show you at the workshop how they work even more. We will have 3 days of this. But the thing is, if you need help right away, like I said, leave your name and your phone number in the chat box and I'll call you. But if you do this a few times around, it gets really addictive. Trust me. So what I'm going to give you is just an overview of the 7 steps, and then we'll go into them in a lot more detail, okay? So the first step is we want to work out what our goal is, okay? What is it that we actually want to achieve with our Facebook advertising or our Facebook remarketing, okay? Either or. We want to know who we are targeting. Now, a lot of people come to me and say, yeah, I'll just target everyone. Or can we just target, 20 to 45-year-olds, everyone? Listen, you just have to be a little bit more, I guess, narrow down your niche, okay? So we really want to focus on, okay, now who is it that we want to target? And it might be that your product targets everyone, but tell you what, you're going to make a lot more money in your business if you narrow it down and find a niche within your business, okay? So figure out who we're targeting and then work out what are the steps in the marketing funnel. How do people go through from being a cold client to being someone who loves you, buys from you, raves about you, okay? And mapping that out. Really preparing the marketing materials. Okay, so now we know what our goal is. We know exactly who we're going to target. We know how we're going to start them at the top of the marketing funnel and take them all the way down to the bottom to become not only buyers, but fantastic fans. Now we've got to put together materials to make that happen. Okay, then once we've got all the materials up to make that happen, we prepare and install all the tracking system. Okay, and this is so that we can remarket to our people and find out where they're going through the funnel, okay? And then once we've done all of that, and only once we've done all of that, we launch our campaign, okay? And after we've launched our campaign, we will go through and we will track the results and optimize the system, okay? Facebook, there is no guessing. It takes the absolute guesswork out of where people are coming in to the funnel, where they're going out, and how you can get back in front of them if they've gone out a little bit too early, okay? So let's go through this a little bit slower for you. First of all, we work out what is your goal. What is the action that you want people to take as a result of this marketing? So just to give you a few examples, it might be like what I did tonight. And my goal was to get you guys to register for my webinar. It might be to get them to register for a live event. It might be to buy a product, whether that's an information product or a hard product. It might be to get them to upsell after they've actually bought something from you. It might be to come to your online store and purchase something online store in an e-commerce store. Or it might be the fact that you've got them there to your online store, but they keep abandoning shopping cart, 67%. And it's so true. I've got a whole heap of clients. They come to me and they go, yeah, it's around about 60 to 70% abandoned shopping cart. Or is it to get them to call you? You might be a consultancy firm or whatever, a service-based industry where you just want them to pick up the phone, okay? So your funnel, what you do, the target market that you have and the advertising that you do will be quite different to the person that's getting someone to register for their webinar, okay? So that's why you have to really sit down and work out what is it that we want them to do. And even if your end game is you're a service-based industry and you want them to call you, well, perhaps you might need to do a step in the funnel beforehand to get them to this place, okay? So that's why this is really important. It's really, you really do need to get clear on exactly what it is you're trying to achieve so you are able to put all the pieces in one place. It can get complicated, but if you have your goal, it will be far, far smoother. Once you have your goal or you're clear about your goal, you need to list out who are your different audiences and who they're going to be, what are the different groups and the different types of marketing message. So at this step 2, we're really only working out, okay, who are our different groups depending on, what our goal is. Okay, so there's a whole heap of potential clients, and here's some examples of different types of groups you can have or you can work out. So it might be visitors to your website, and you might segment them by behavior, so whether they've taken action or whether they haven't taken action. You might target people who have already liked your Facebook page. These is a really warm audience. They already know you. Might not know you intimately, but they've taken the effort to like your page. They already are interested in what you have to offer, okay? People on your current email list. These are a hot audience, but sometimes they're just not getting your emails. The open rates of emails are dropping, okay? Some people, they're not. Some marketers have this really, really well. But if you have noticed this, it's because everyone's email box is getting full. Don't get me wrong. It is so important to collect that list, and it is important to do your email marketing. But this here complements that, because if they're not opening their emails, you can remarket to them on Facebook. It's right there in their face while they're scrolling through their news feed, okay? And we know that people log into Facebook every day, and some people check Facebook all the time, morning, noon, and night. I know this because I can look at the back end stats of people's websites, and I know when their fans are online and when they peak and whatever else, okay? So you can target people with specific interests on Facebook. So we know this is typical. So people who are interested in running marathons in my instance, people who are interested in running the Gold Coast Marathon, the Boston Marathon, and so on, okay? So this audience isn't actually a remarketing audience. It's generally a cold audience, so it's people that don't know you, but like I said, it has a time and place, and it might be that you've got a strategy that you've got to work out. Okay, initially I don't have anyone else, so I might have to target these people for now, okay? You can target people with specific behaviors. So let's just say you're in an industry, a hospitality type of industry, or the accommodation industry, or the traveling industry, okay? And your target is travelers. Well, you can target people on Facebook who are traveling, intending to travel in the next couple of months, the locations where they're intending to travel, that just come back from holiday. The world is your oyster there. How does Facebook know? Because most people talk about it on Facebook. Most people tag themselves when they're away. Most people will say, I'm heading off on holiday soon. Or they'll use a travel app as well, okay? And those are the really coolest audience. You can target people that are similar to any of the above. This is called a look-alike audience. So people that are to 1% most similar to any of these other audiences. How does Facebook collect this audience for you? Because it knows everything about everyone based on the actions and things that they do on Facebook and off Facebook as well. So if you have not much of a database, you don't have that many fans, and you don't have that many website visitors right now, so you're relatively new to this, then as long as you've got over 100 in each of those, 100 website visitors, or you've got over 100 fans, or you've got over 100 people on your email list, okay, you can create a lookalike audience that is so close to those people, right? And you can all of a sudden have an audience of over 100,000, 200,000 people that you can target to that are your potential clients pretty much. That is cool. I get huge results from these people, okay? So really step 2 is working out, okay, who is it that we are targeting? Step 3 is working out your marketing funnel. Now, you need to be clear about the steps in the process, and quite often it's easiest to draw this up as a flow chart. Now, you guys are really, really lucky. You're going to get to see the back end of my business, okay, and my little flow charts. Now, this is a very, very basic one, okay? They come from Facebook. They come to your website. You tag them with your little pixel. They don't take action, you remarket to them. They do take action, so they register for your webinar, you buy your product, they call you, you tag them. Then you can remarket other products every up to 7 days after they visit, 14 days after they visit, 21 days, up to 180 days after they visit. You can go, I want to target people that bought my product within 1 day after they visit and upsell them, okay? So it's seriously what you can do. The targeting that you can do is really, really cool, okay? Now, this is the exact example that I used for this webinar. It has grown, okay? This is growing quite a bit now, but I'm just going to show you the basic one because seriously, I don't want to scare you right now. So we've got the Facebook, and I did say it did get addictive. And when you start seeing results, you go, how much more results can I get? So we've got our Facebook ad. Oops, my mousey's disappeared here. They come to the webinar registration page. You guys got tagged. You're all pixelated right now, okay? You don't take action, you get remarketed to. But you didn't register. Come on. If you want to do this, if you're serious about Facebook remarketing or Facebook advertising or growing your business, come along. Remarketed, 66% conversion rate on that one, okay? Did take action for many of you guys that knew the first time around, okay? You went to a thank you video, you got tagged with a pixel, and then you got a remarketing step video is what we call it, okay? So, hey, guys, congratulations, you've registered. You know the webinar's on tonight, so don't forget to come along, which has absolutely great results because you guys are on here tonight. So step 4 in the process is preparing the marketing materials. And there are some things that you need to create for a simple remarketing campaign before you even launch. So we've worked out our goal, we know who our audience is, we've even mapped out the process, and it can be on a piece of paper if you like. You don't have to do anything fancy schmancy. We want to get through that process so that we can prepare our marketing materials. So as soon as you've got that roadmap, you can get a landing page drawn up or set up on your website, and it has to have a call to action, okay? Now, please be aware of the fact that you might have several different products, okay, which is all cool if they come into a shopping cart. But if you're that, we would expect that. But they click on one product and that product opens up, they're on the landing page of that product, okay? So if you're got an information product, one purpose per page, okay? So they come to a landing page, and the only thing they can do on that page is what you want them to do. So your goal. If it's to register for a webinar, the only thing you guys saw on my page was register for the webinar and the opt-in box to do so, okay? So we've got our call to action. Then we prepare our thank you page. It always must have a thank you page or redirect to a thank you page. So there's lots of third-party apps like my GoToWebinar that I using for this webinar, where you guys actually entered your information, it took you through GoToWebinar, it redirected and took you back to a thank you page. It's the same as when people go through a payment system. You should have them redirecting back to a thank you page. So even if you're using PayPal, some people use PayPal and they just redirect to the PayPal thanks. You want them coming back to your thank you page, and you can do that, okay? The reason we want them to do that is we want to be able to track that they've taken the action, okay? Then we need to put together Facebook ads that send people to the landing page, and 2 either video or image ads, one for if they do take action and one for if they don't take action, okay? So here's an example of a colleague and client of mine, and he does save time outsourcing, okay? So he has an outsourcing product, and he's got a hit list as his free gift. So one of the ads that people will come to his hit list page, and if they decide not to get the hit list, they will get this ad. So they come to the page, they've gone away. If you're ready to fire yourself, you can't afford to leave this much longer. Get it now. Did life get in the way? Remember, the hit list is waiting for you. Are you ready? Okay. If they do take action, so they've now got the hit list, congratulations, we're going to upsell them. Thanks for grabbing the hit list. Check out how to get your outsourced team faster. Congratulations. If you want to speed things up, get your discounted copy now. Save time outsourcing, okay? So we're nearly there, guys. How are we going? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? I'm just going to put everyone's hands down. Just let me know in the comments how we're all tracking. All good? All good? Great. Fantastic. Good. Thank you for the feedback, guys. It's always handy to know how we're all going. So this is where it does get a little bit complicated, and this is really where you're going to need the help the most, okay? But these are the steps. You create a tracking pixel in Facebook. Now, you only get 1 pixel per ad account, okay? A few people, you might want to ask me a bit more about this at the end. I have quite a few people questioning me about this at the end of most webinars. But if you've got 1 ad account, you only get 1 pixel. If you have several different websites, you need to put some rules in place to enable different tracking for different websites, okay? So you decide on your audiences. Now, you need at least 20 people in that audience to be able to use it or to be able to, market to that audience. And then you create rules inside Facebook. So pixel on the website, go back in and you create the rules inside Facebook and decide on your audience, okay? And then, but you need to have put a tracking pixel on each page of your website, okay? So really, actually, that should go the other way around. I've done this quite a few times now, and I've been meaning to change it around. So you put a tracking pixel on your website, then you go back in and you get the pixel from Facebook, you put it on your website, then you go in and you create the rules and decide on your audience, okay? So like I said, this is where it gets really most complicated. You might need a technical person to do this for you, but the pixel is there inside Facebook, okay? Then it's time to make some money. It's time for the launch. Now, only once you've done those other steps. Don't try and cheat the system here. Don't try and do something before the other. And the reason why I say this is I do this day in and day out. This is the system that is most successful done in this particular order, okay? So we want to launch. Once you have everything in place, here's what you do next. You prepare your Facebook ad campaign and you run Facebook ads to your landing page. Make sure you go through the process yourself to ensure that all steps are working. The number of times that I've seen broken pages, wrong pages, pop-up boxes pop up, when they're not meant to pop up, to be able to deter people from taking the steps. So go through the process yourself and go through the process yourself on your mobile device as well to make sure this works. After around about 24 hours, you can begin tracking and optimizing, okay? Now, put the ad up. Go back and check the ad in about an hour and make sure that it's working, okay? So it will pend until it's reviewed. Once it's reviewed, Facebook will, make it active. Sometimes it will stop making it active after a couple of hours because, someone's looked at it and gone, oh, actually, no, it's not quite right, okay? So do go back and check it in the first couple of hours to make sure that it is actually active, and then don't touch it. Don't sit there and watch it. Just walk away, come back around about 24 hours later and start looking at what it's doing, okay? I usually don't touch an ad for 3 days. Okay, unless it's really, really bad, but it would be only after about 48 hours where I'm going, that is really not getting my results, purely because it takes a little bit of time to get traction, okay? Right, so now we're going to track and optimize it. So after 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, we're going to track and optimize. And here are some of the things that I look at. The number of Facebook ad to landing page views. So the amount of people that it's reached to the number of people that have clicked on your website. I want to know what the percentage is, okay? Because if it's less than 1%, I need to work on the ad. There is something wrong with the ad, okay? If we're over 1% to 3% or 4%, then I know that's going okay. I'll probably leave it. If it's anywhere over 5%, that's fantastic. 10%, my God, I've on to an absolute winner with this ad. It's a good ad, it's taking people to the landing page and it's doing really well. Okay. The next step is once they get to the landing page. Okay. So all good to have a 2, 3, 4% or up to 10% conversion rate of people that see your ad. Then you want to know, once they've got to the website, the number of conversions. So the number of people that have registered for the webinar, the number of opt-ins to a free report, the number of sales of an information product or a tripwire product or whatever it might be. So again, if this number is down, then you know there's something wrong with your landing page, okay? You know the steps in the process, what's wrong. If you're not getting the views on your website clicks, it's your ad. If you're not getting the conversions, it's your landing page, okay? And then we have a look at the cost of conversion, okay? Because obviously, if it's costing you more to get the sale than it is that you make from the sale, then you might need to adjust that, okay? If it's a free report, you're expected to put in a bit of money to build your list, okay? The cool thing is once the remarketing process begins, the cost can drop dramatically. So let's take a look at some of the businesses where we've done some really successful Facebook remarketing. These are all clients of mine, okay? So we've got motorcyclefairing.com has done one of my online courses. I believe he's been to one of my workshops as well, or a few of my workshops as well, okay? Now, he came to this particular webinar, it would have been about April, I think it was. Since he started implementing on his, he has an online motorcycle store, just in case I didn't say that, Nick. So ad costs dropped 23% after remarketing to the website audience. Dropped a further 62% after remarketing to shopping cart abandons. Facebook ads now cost only 1/10 of Google AdWords. He did quite a few Google ads as well. Monthly income in the first 4 weeks was up 46%, and it has doubled since he started. He's done this actually more than 8 weeks ago now, but it has doubled since he started remarketing. Okay, so pretty cool and pretty happy about that. So as I mentioned before, Andrew and Daryl Grant, who I helped fill all their events, they were asked to be part of a product launch of Brett Thompson. He's a top Australian copywriter. Unfortunately, they were in the middle of a major marketing campaign for a 4-day workshop. They didn't want to confuse their clients by slotting in Brett's launch in the middle of their marketing for their workshop. So rather than do an email launch, we did a Facebook remarketing campaign. Now, I'm not sure whether you guys will understand this, and in fact you won't, but there were 112 new leads in 4 days using Facebook remarketing. We remarketed to their custom audience and we remarketed to a lookalike audience as well. So this is an audience that was very similar to database. We spent $300 and made, voila, $4,200 in profit on this particular campaign. But that has since grown because all those leads in the system. But it was only $2.68 per lead. We've also got Fruity, there, who I was telling you about before, who do the blenders and the juices. We ran a Boxing Day sale. From that Boxing Day sale, we advertised to lookalike audience, to the fans of the page, to database, and to website audience. And just the total lineup here is probably the one to look at. Spent $300, made $15,000. It was $6 per action. Okay, now $6 per action was $6 per sale. It cost $6 to get a sale. When they were doing Google advertising, they still do some now, but when they were doing Google advertising, they were happy to get a sale cost $80. In fact, he was happy if a sale, would still make and truly make a profit if it was $100, okay? But that was the typical in Google, was $80 a sale. $6. Which is really, really cool, okay? Here's another client. This is actually relatively recent. We ran this half price or more renovation sale. They did not have a list, had done no Facebook marketing, had done nothing. We stepped into Facebook and we decided, well, rather than just have a renovation sale where we send them into the store, let's give them incentives so that we can start building a list. Let's let them know that there's a $10 off, if they come in and enter their name and email address, okay? So here's what happened from absolutely zero list. This is in around about 4 weeks. 128 people on the list, and they claimed the $10 discount voucher, so they're potential clients who are going to come in and use that. But over $130,000 in the actual sale is what they made, which was really, really good over the 4-week period. He was absolutely stoked. In fact, he said that people were coming from the other side of town to the store, and that is absolutely unheard of because they had seen the ad on social media. And not only that, he's got the most amazing custom rings. They are absolutely beautiful. And I'm not a jewelry person. I'm a shoe person, but not a jewelry person. This jewelry and these rings are so amazing. And we've been posting them up, and he's been selling custom rings that are about $2,000 to $5,000 off Facebook because people have been seeing them. They've been going, wow, that's awesome, to his fans and that, and they love them so much that they're ringing up and saying, yes, I want that. Thank you very much. Or coming into the store, seeing that one, coming into the store and buying some more stuff. Okay, so working really, really well. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. There's a whole heap of information that I've given you right now. Okay, so I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can grow your Facebook business with Facebook at my free 3-day workshop, or I'm going to give you 2 tickets on how to use Facebook to grow your business. This is my workshop that I'm holding for over 3 days. Okay, so I've given you a little bit of an overview. I know some of you guys are probably going, oh my goodness, so much information. Yes, it is a lot of information. Okay, here's the thing, and that's why I've got 3 days of it. I'm going to go through, I'm going to put the link in so you can get access to those tickets. Let's get into the chat box, and let me tell you what I'll be covering in the workshop, okay? Right, there it is again. It's in the chat box. I actually think I've got a link. So if you still haven't found out where that chat box is, the link is onlinesuccesstrainingprogram.com/Facebook workshop. Okay, onlinesuccesstrainingprogram.com/Facebook workshop. It's in the chat box. But let's go to my website where I show you exactly what the training program is about. I'm going to show you how you can harness the awesome power of the world's largest social media site in a way that will take your business to the next level. If you liked what you heard in the last 60 minutes, you're going to be absolutely blown away with what I'm going to show you over 3 days, okay? Going to be working in with Daryl, so she's my client and colleague that has been holding all the workshops throughout Australia, and has been on online marketing for about 8 or 9 years. We will be presenting this together because she knows a whole heap about the online world and list building and figures and numbers and stuff like this. But here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how you can rapidly generate hundreds of hot leads a day using Facebook marketing. Gone are the days where you need to spend hours on Facebook. If you're doing that right now, come to the workshop because I'm going to show you some shortcuts. I'm going to show you in how you can do it in 20 minutes a day. In fact, on my marathon site, I don't even spend that amount a day, okay? You can double your opt-in rates, okay? Increase your sales and reduce your marketing costs. It's fantastic. I'm going to show you the secret to increasing your sales. Did you know that a person who joins your list from Facebook is 3 times more likely to buy than someone who comes from a Google search? It's critical for every business to use Facebook marketing. And I tell you now, most of the businesses are still doing it wrong, and it is really costing. If you have heard out there, Facebook's not working, I'm not getting reach on Facebook, it doesn't work for me, that's because they're not doing it right. 3 days, I'm going to show you how, the nuts and bolts, step-by-step training on how you can use Facebook to generate an income. If you're keen to put your learnings into place straight away, I'm going to give you the nuts and bolts of how to implement Facebook the right way in your business. So step-by-step, easy to follow. And you know what? I don't even really need to sell you guys because it is absolutely free. So that's where you can grab your tickets. I would expect that you can jump on there now and register. If you do want to know more about how you might want to work with me, and you can't wait till October. So it is on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of October. Let me just double check that. Make sure I've got my dates correct. 9th, 10th, and 11th of October. There we are. Or here on the Gold Coast. It's at the Hotel Grand Chancellor. It is beautiful on the Gold Coast at that time of the year if you're not from here. So definitely book yourself and come a couple of days each side, because you'll certainly want to sightsee and everything as well, okay? So if you, like I said, if you can't wait till October, please leave your name, phone number in the chat box. I'll be able to go through that after this webinar and give you a call tomorrow to be able to go through the process of what it is you actually need, and if or how I can help you. Okay, so now it's time for questions, guys. A second. Let me go. Oops. Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. First of all, I just want to let you know. Here's one of my clients. Sam. Sam is awesome. Love Sam. He owns Universal Hair Studios. He spends $200 in advertising and returns $4,000 a week. Thank you, Kira. You've made Facebook so easy. I love it, and my clients love it as well, because he has his clients coming and saying, "We saw you on Facebook." I'm her best friend now. She says, "I love how Kira has taken a complex subject and made it easy to follow and implement." Lucy has just sold two $3,000 products off Facebook. That's $6,000 in the last couple of weeks, and her lead magnet, so her lead list collection is pretty much paying for itself right now, because she has one of those tripwire offers. So someone comes, opts into a list, they get upsold to her $7 tripwire, that's paying for a list, and then she's upselling to a big program. And she actually messaged me the other day and said, "You are my new best friend." And I was just speaking to her today, and she's like super excited about how it's all working as well. Julie, she started remarketing. Her sales have increased she's had an increase of traffic to a website, so 6 to 9 times increase in traffic to a website. And we have Annette. She's a marketing consultant herself to small and medium enterprises. She has an electrician client, increased sales to his website, slash costs, have 7 new client calls in just 6 days. That's fantastic. It does work for all industries, okay? At 50 cents per website visitor, it's costing way less than Google AdWords. And she's got a mortgage broker client, and he's been using remarketing, doubled page likes in 8 weeks. We know the importance of fans, and is generating new business as well, okay? So that's it. I'm not sure whether I've got a question slide on here. I don't. So I'm going to take it back to the page for my workshop, and I'm going to open up to questions now. So if you've got any questions, please type them into the question box at the bottom here. Okay. Awesome. So we've got a few numbers here. Cool. I hope you've also registered. I see one of us can't. That's okay. I'll call you tomorrow and have a chat about that. Awesome. Okay, so what if I can't? Oh no, what if I can't come to your website? Sorry, you've got a few typos in there, and that's normally my trick. What if I can't make it to your website at that time? Will you be holding it another time? Hey, listen, this is my only website this year. Workshop this year. I'm not actually 100% sure when I'm going to be holding my next workshop. So if you can't make it, just leave your number here. I can give you a call and talk you through some, a process and that. But do try and make it. It's 3 whole days. I absolutely guarantee you it is worth your time and effort. If you go to my sales page, let's bring it up. If you go to the sales page, you'll see just a few testimonials of people that have done my courses and stuff before. I'm going to be putting a whole heap of others after, because most people leave video testimonials and that, and everyone absolutely loves that. So yeah, what would you suggest to someone who is in the startup phase? Absolutely. Startup phase, if you can make it to the workshop, I talk you through the go to woe. If you want to have a chat beforehand about how you can start a little bit sooner, please leave your name and number. I'll give you a call and help you get up and running, so that when you come to my website, my workshop, even though I will be talking about a business, it'd be great for a business. If you're just starting out, absolutely for you. Even if you've been doing this for a while, absolutely for you, because I'm going to have information about every place that you are in business. Sorry, I've just gone a little bit blank there. You put a question mark there. If you're starting out in Facebook, the very first thing you need to do is, or if you're starting out marketing, or if you're starting out in business, is find out where your target market is. My suggestion is you go and do some research. You go into Google, you search other pages or the competition, see where whether they've got a Facebook page, what they're doing on their Facebook page, who the audience is, and that. The very first thing I do when I'm starting out in business, or if I'm trying to find a new business, and I start up quite a few little businesses and that, I've even got my daughter's got a new business now and everything, I do the research first. I think about all the things that I'm passionate about, then I do the research on what's out there, and then I fill the gap in the market, and then I put up a Facebook page. And then I run a like campaign to that Facebook page to determine whether there are other people that are going to like that as well, okay? And so I can get a really good gauge on who my target market is. And then I build a list. So I, put together some type of free report and whatever, high perceived value, low cost of delivery to those people. And then I build that list, and then I start marketing to people, offering them high value stuff or the stuff that I know they want. The thing with Facebook is you can use Facebook to do really, really great market research. You can use Facebook to find out exactly what your audience wants, and you can give it to them. So just to give you an example, with my Run Marathon training site, when I first started that, I started it purely to show people how they could start up a Facebook business from scratch with not even an idea at that time, and go through the process of coming up with an idea and a concept, building the page, and making money out of it. At that particular time, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to sell. So I used an affiliate product initially so I could make sales in that first month. And then my audience told me, Kerry, do you have your own marathon running plans? Nope, but I do now. What do you suggest nutrition for marathon runners? Okay, I'll get one of those put together as well. Okay. And then I thought, well, I'll see whether they want t-shirts. And then they all ask for singlets and so on. So when you're just starting out, Facebook's great because you can put up a page, you market it properly, build the engagement, then they tell you what they want. So hope that explains it as well. Yes, it is a three-day workshop. So here's the link here. So it's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, preferable that you come all 3 days. But if you can't, if you can come a couple of days, it'll be well worthwhile anyway. But if most people that I've had people say I can only make the Friday, and then they've given up their plans for the rest of the weekend to come the last couple of days, because the last time I held this workshop was actually August last year. I've decided to hold it again because I've had so many people say, when are you holding a 3-day workshop? If you came to my last year one, which I know there's a couple of people on here, you've got to come to this one. Things have changed in Facebook in the last 6 months. And so I've got the very, very latest in what's changing. You guys know things are changing in there. You'll see that your Facebook page has changed. You'll see that when your ads manager, if you're using ads already, that it looks different than it used to, and that things aren't necessarily working as well as what they used to. Perhaps for some people, I'm not finding that because I've built the foundation of my business, and I follow my 7 steps that are very successful that I shared with you guys today, that I share with my clients as well. Okay, so looks like we might be at the end of our questions. So just to recap again, not selling anything. You can come along to my workshop. It is 2 days. Here's the free ticket. If you can't wait, leave your name and number. I'll have a chat and see which direction that I can point you in. Even if you can come along, but you want to have a chat beforehand, name and number, let me see what I can do to help you do this sort of stuff. I love the results. I love the fact that I have clients ringing me up going, my God, Kerry, I hated Facebook, and I, now love it because I'm getting sales from it. Or I've even had clients say, I was sick of my business and about to close down. I have a newfound love for my business because of what's happening on Facebook. Those sorts of things, they're really awesome. What costs and what are the hours? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there, Graham, but if you're talking about the cost of the workshop, you guys are getting free tickets to the workshop. So that's onlinesuccesstrainingprogram.com/Facebook workshop. Now, depending on how many questions I get asked throughout the day, we start at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? And you should go through to 5:30, and we have an hour for lunch and a couple of breaks in between, okay? The thing is that most people get into the workshop and they love asking me questions at the end. So I'll stay there for as long as I need to stay there, to answer those questions. So generally 9 to 5:30. If there's lots of questions and you need to know a lot more, then it's as late as realistically you need to, okay? So what did I mean by a like campaign? So inside Facebook, you have several different advertising campaigns that you can run. One of the advertising campaigns you can run is to promote your page, okay? And so that's what I mean by a like campaign. It's effectively promoting your page. But there is a right way to do this, and there's a seriously wrong way to do this. You do it wrong, and you can you can unfortunately get the wrong type of fans on board. That's why it's really important to research your niche, research your competition as well. Do a lot of research before you step into running any campaigns, so that you know exactly who you're targeting, where they hang out, what times they're online, and whatever else, so that you can build up your fan page with people that are likely to love you. If they love you, then they will look out for your posts. They will like your posts. They will comment. They will share. They will buy things from you. If they're liking and commenting and sharing your posts, then your posts inside Facebook will get a lot more reach to people, okay? So it'll be seen by a whole heap of people. So that is the importance of doing a really highly targeted, the right type of campaign to get fans on your Facebook page. Like I said, done incorrectly, and then things can go wrong, and then it can have some negative effects on your advertising. Done correctly, and voila, it's absolutely happy days and fantastic. Kelly, awesome, registered for your workshop and received your email. Do I get e-tickets or the like? No, listen, what we'll do, once you register, you'll get an email, then you'll get a few follow-up emails reminding you about what's going to be covered. And what we will do is we'll phone you a couple of weeks out from the workshop to confirm your seat. We expect that you have booked the seat when you register, and we will save it for you. We'll call you up 2 weeks out just to give you all the details. Even though you'll be sent the details, we'll also call you up to confirm everything, run you through the process. So if you don't bring your tickets along with you, that's fine, because we'll have you registered in the system and we'll be ticking you off the list. So all cool, okay? I know I don't print off tickets. I don't even print off tickets to go to the airport, which can not so bad now, but once upon a time it used to be a bit of an issue. So, what tactics do you do to utilize and conduct market research on Facebook? So, when I'm doing my market research, I use Google as well. So I'll go into Google and I'll type in the keywords to my industry, or what I believe are the keywords to in my industry. I will look at the top 5 pages on Google that are not necessarily big mainstream pages, although I may look at those, but top 5 pages on Google, and find out whether they have Facebook pages, okay? Then I'll go into look at their pages if they do, and I'll have a look at what type of posts they're doing, how many fans that they've got, and whatever else. And then I'll go into my ads manager and I'll look at the audience insights in my ads manager and see whether I can bring up their page to have a look at their audience, okay? Usually if it's a page that has well over 10,000 fans on it, I can get a whole heap of information on who their fans are. So whether they're male or female, how old they are, what other pages that they like, and so then I can look at those pages as well. Then if it's a mainly American audience, you can find out how expensive their house is, what type of car they drive, how many they've got in their family, which you can find out, if they're Australian anyway. So you can get so much information. I also use a site called Quantcast to do some research as well, and there's similar sites. So there's a whole heap of research sites that you can look at to really define down on who your audience is. But here's the deal. When I'm starting out with an idea, I'll scribble down quite a few different ideas on a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper. And then I'll go through and I'll spend probably about 10 to 15 minutes on each one, just quickly going through some research sites onto Facebook. And then I number between 1 and 10 whether it's going to be successful, whether I believe it's going to be a good niche. And then I work through, and usually I can narrow down to one that's going to work the best, okay? If you're already in business, you can still go through the process and find out what niche inside your business will work the absolute best, okay? Cool, thanks. Awesome, Delma. Good to see. I'll look forward to seeing you there since you've already registered. Graham, awesome. I'll give you a call. Best time to call you by email or Harry. Yep, Graham. I'll if I don't give you a call tomorrow, I'll get my personal assistant to give you a call to sort out those times. One or t'other of us will be calling because there's quite a few people have left email, but we will call you tomorrow. Thanks, Dane. Good to have you on board this evening. Awesome. Hey, Leo, how are you? I know you can't answer back, but hi, I saw your name there. It's awesome to have you on. I'll definitely give you a call. Lovely to chat with you again. We haven't spoken for ages. I'm well. Hi. Cool. Okay. Right. Have we got any more questions, guys? Got a couple of people started dropping off, but we've got still quite a few of you guys on here. That's awesome. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so unless you've got any last questions, it's time to go now. Good to see some of you guys have registered. I look forward to seeing you at the webinar, at the workshop. For you guys that have left your phone number, and there's quite a few of you, because there's so many, it's either going to be, it was just going to be me. I'm not going to be able to get through everyone. So if you don't mind, which hopefully you don't, my VA is going to give you a call as well. So it's not VA, personal assistant Karen. She's right here on the Gold Coast with me. So it'll either be Karen or myself that'll give you a call, and we'll get through everyone tomorrow. Oh, Graham, you missed my answer. I hope I'm back on again. Let me know that I'm back on and I'll have a look for your answer, your question. So, Graham, I was just saying that it'll either be me or my personal assistant, Karen, that will call you tomorrow to sort out best time to have a bit more of a conversation. I was just saying that I've got a whole heap of numbers here at the moment. So it was just going to be me calling everyone, but it will have to be the pair of us now to get through you all, which is all cool. I mean, love it. Lenny, my lovely, lovely person from the Philippines. Yes, you will get a recording of this webinar, my dear. So happy to send that to you. Yep, Graham. So did you get my answer? Just say yes again if you did actually get the answer. Perfect. Okay, Lenny, excellent. Great. Okay, guys, that's it. Have an awesome evening. If you want to connect with me outside of the workshop, come to my Facebook page. My Facebook page, you guys probably mostly know it anyway, but here we go, because you would have seen it in the ad. There we are. And go to this particular website for you guys that are on here, because I just did a blog post today that I think you'll really, really love. It's the very, very top one, but it's about the ripple effect of Facebook. Just, you know, your Facebook advertising, and there's a few of you guys on here, so hang up if you don't want to hear this, but it's a really lovely, lovely story. Your efforts from Facebook advertising, you know, or my efforts from helping my clients doesn't just help my clients. What I get a really, really warm feeling about is that my clients, from marketing themselves out there, are helping other people. And one of my clients just got the most amazing review from a client who has a son who's doing martial arts with my client. It's my client's business here, Black Belt Plus on the Gold Coast. They don't just teach martial arts, they teach kids how to love themselves and the discipline and whatever else, and they actually have a structure to do that. So they had this most amazing review, and it made me cry, okay, because I have a child that age. But not only that, it's that I'm helping my clients so that they can help their clients. And that ripple effect and that person at the other end that is getting that much joy from seeing her son achieving so much, it's just incredible. So get out there and market your business, guys, because you don't realize that your business helps someone so much, and you don't realize how much it helps them. And if they can't find you, they can't be helped. So get out there, be found. Awesome. Okay, guys. Hey, I will catch a lot of you at my workshop. Yes. A lot of you on my Facebook page, and a whole heap of you tomorrow when I call you. Okay, have a great evening, and thank you so much for getting on. And see you soon.